Hey folks, welcome back to Module 4. This is John McKinnon with AIARE. I'm going to be going over a brief introduction to some of the features on Google Earth Pro during this module. The lesson goals for this short video is I want to familiarize everyone with how to use some of the basic functions of Google Earth Pro. That includes adding paths, polygons, and place marks. It's a very similar presentation to the CalTopo, where we went over lines, polygons, and objects, just in a different platform. So in order to complete this video, there's a check for understanding exercise at the end. You'll need consistent high-speed internet, a computer, and Google Earth Pro. So just as a reminder, Google Earth Pro is the one that you download from the internet and you download it to your desktop. It's not the web-based version. So if you don't have Google Earth, go ahead, pause the video, and make sure you download Google Earth Pro. The URL for that is at the bottom of this page. We'll see that Google Earth Pro is really great resource for helping to build trip option catalogs. It gives us three-dimensional satellite imagery. It's great for precise terrain identification. It's great for drawing in routes. Another thing that it works really well for is mapping avalanche paths. So just like using CalTopo, it helps us reduce our uncertainty. It helps us create more precise trip option catalogs, but there's always going to be some level of uncertainty from these digital mapping resources. So I'm going to do a quick Google Earth Pro demo, and there's a check for understanding afterwards that kind of follows along with this demo. I'm going to go over some Google Earth basics, show you how to add a place mark, how to add a path, how to add a polygon. Then I'll show you how to export files from Google Earth Pro. On the webinar, we'll kind of set up these kind of parallel platforms, and we'll go back and forth between Google Earth Pro and CalTopo. But for the time being here, I just want to go over the basics of how to export files from Google Earth Pro. So let's go to Google Earth. So for this exercise, for the practice, you'll type in Star Mountain in Colorado, hit search. We can toggle over to Star Mountain. This is the Star Mountain on the east side of Independence Pass, outside of Twin Lakes, Colorado. Highway 82 goes from Twin Lakes to Aspen. And then you can see that our orientation is the north is at the top, and I actually want to look at some of those north-facing slopes on Star Mountain, so I'm going to do 180 degrees here. So now I'm looking at the north side of Star Mountain. You can see a collection of avalanche paths on the north side of Star Mountain, and this is where we'll do a little exercise. So the first thing I want to show you is how to add a place mark. Come over to the pin over here, add place mark, untitled place mark. You can move it around. We can drop it right here. And we can call it parking. You can change the style and the color of it, but for this, we're just going to leave it as a pin. That's how you add a place mark. Next, I'm going to show you how to add a path. So you can come up here, click on this button, Add Path, Untitled Path, and we'll call it Ascent. I'll get this out of the way. And then what you can do is we'll trace, maybe we'll zoom in a little bit to get us a little bit better. Sorry about that. Zoom in a little bit so we can get a little bit closer. So we'll go back to Add Path. Add Path, we'll call it Ascent. And then what we can do is we can put our ascent path as we squiggle up through the dark timber and gain the east ridge of Star Mountain. And we'll come over to the top of this obvious avalanche path here, locally known as Star Mountain B. You can add the color. Oftentimes I like to make this one a little thicker than the one. Let's go to 3, and for the color, let's give it a nice green hue. So that's how you can add a path. The last thing we'll do is add a polygon, and we'll add the polygon in star B. So up here, add polygon, and I'm actually going to change the opacity before I start drawing because otherwise it fills in completely. So I'm going to make the opacity 35%, and the color, let's make it red. So I'll change that style before I even draw it. And you'll see if you don't do that, it kind of backfills as you're trying to draw. So I'm going to just draw in star B here. You can see that this is a really great tool for mapping runs. It's also a great tool for mapping avalanche paths. These things went huge last March, and there's a lot less timber in this path now. And then there we go. And that's how to map a path on star B. If I wanted to export this file, I would right click with a PC or control click with a Mac, save place as, and I would save it as star B, and it's going to save to my desktop as a KMZ file. When you export files from Google Earth, they come out as KMZs. Save that. We're going to go back to the PowerPoint now. So this is the Check for Understanding Google Earth practice video. Pause the mountain and search for Pause the video and search for Star Mountain on Google Earth Pro. You can go through the exercise and save that KMZ to your desktop. Hopefully that's helpful if it's new material for you. Next up is Module 5. We'll work with Avenza maps. So we'll see you there.